quicker than the crucial structure of space-time itself. It has the ability to keep up with the consciousness of it. Thusly, it will progressively destroy this thought, filling me with an expanding anxiety. At the present time, our night sky is going through fast changes, and inside the impending many years, maybe even sooner, it could turn out to be completely unrecognizable. Specialists, including Neil deGrasse Tyson, have started sounding alarms, recognizing the inescapable changes achieved by the moving of Polaris. The basic causes for this shift are shockingly unforeseen. Polaris, usually alluded to as the North Star, has been a dependable apparatus overhead for a really long time, filling in as an essential point of reference for astronomers, pilots, and stargazers. Anyway, this could soon be modified, meaningfully impacting the manner in which we see the sky and how we study the universe. We should dive into the suggestions this change could have for us. For quite a long time, Polaris has gone about as a guiding light for mariners and stargazers, remaining ardently situated overhead. Its steady presence has been essential for navigation. In any case, this dependability may soon be overturned. A paper published by the regarded Royal Astronomical Society in September 2023 raised concerns about the fate of this celestial marker. Polaris is entering a tempestuous stage, one where it may ultimately detonate, vanishing from sight forever and radically modifying the sky as we know it. Prior to considering the potential results of this event, we should investigate the qualities of the star itself. Polaris stands out because of its vicinity to the celestial North Pole, situated straight over Earth's northernmost point. It appears practically unmoving overhead and lives within the Ursa Minor constellation, commonly known as the Little Dipper. Polaris shines with moderate brilliance, resembling a yellow-white giant star, much larger and more radiant than our own sun. However, Polaris isn't a singular star. It belongs to a complex triple star system. This system consists of Polaris A and Polaris B as a binary pair, with a third star orbiting them. The gravitational forces between these stars impact their orbits and behavior, and any disturbances in these interactions could lead to fluctuations in their brightness or pulsation patterns. Regardless, the exact nature of these forces remains largely misunderstood. Polaris is located around 323 light-years from Earth, meaning the light we currently see from it started its journey quite some time ago. Assuming Polaris were to detonate, we wouldn't observe the effects for more than 300 years. It's even possible that Polaris has already detonated, but we simply haven't noticed it yet. Since forever ago, the North Star has held great cultural, navigational, and symbolic importance. Its steady position has made it a priceless guide for ancient mariners navigating across oceans and terrains. Symbolically, Polaris has represented endurance and direction, staying unaltered in the ever-moving sky. For astronomers, Polaris has been a significant reference point in studying celestial motions and variable stars. As a Cepheid variable star, its periodic changes in brightness have provided essential insights into the properties of stars and the behavior of variable stars. This characteristic has also been crucial in measuring vast distances and calibrating scientific instruments, as its pulsations follow a predictable rhythm, making its behavior easier to measure. Recently, however, Polaris has shown signs of deviating from its normal behavior. These abnormalities in its pulsation cycle have sparked the curiosity of astronomers, prompting further investigation into the causes of these alarming changes. Instead of sticking to its usual pattern, Polaris has begun to exhibit irregular dimming, raising concerns that the star may be nearing the end of its life cycle. This behavior aligns with what is seen in stars approaching their final stages. The continuous increase in Polaris' pulsation period, which was once consistent, has been traced back to interactions within its star system. There has been an annual increase of about 4.5 seconds in the pulsation period. While this might seem insignificant, it has notable consequences. Some astronomers hypothesize that the gravitational forces between the stars and the Polaris system could be influencing these changes in its atmospheric conditions, thus affecting its pulsation patterns. Others are more concerned that Polaris is entering a critical phase that could lead to an explosion. The similarities between the behavior of Polaris and that of Betelgeuse, another prominent star in the Orion constellation, are striking. Both stars have shown complex variations in brightness, raising concerns that they might be nearing a dramatic explosion. Stars approaching the end of their life cycles often exhibit such abnormalities before their demise. NASA has expressed more concern over Betelgeuse, but formal attention has yet to be fully directed toward Polaris. As a Cepheid variable star approaches the end of its life, it undergoes several phases, including the red giant stage and ultimately a supernova explosion. Given the irregular pulsations observed in Polaris, scientists anticipate that it has entered the phase of helium depletion, which is typical for giant stars nearing their end. These abnormalities align with patterns seen in stars approaching the end of their life cycles. However, solid proof of an impending supernova is still elusive. Furthermore, astronomers are continuing to monitor these anomalies to better understand the fate of Polaris. If Polaris were to undergo a supernova explosion, it would likely be a magnificent event in the sky, potentially eclipsing the moon and remaining visible for days, weeks, or even months. Its brightness could radically alter our view of key constellations like the Big Dipper or Ursa Major, in which Polaris plays a crucial role. Luckily, Earth would probably remain safe, regardless of whether Polaris detonates, due to its size and distance from us. While the explosion of Polaris might not be as visually spectacular as that of Betelgeuse, it could still be visible to the naked eye for an extended period, eclipsing nearby stars. This would undoubtedly attract the attention of stargazers and observatories, generating broad interest both in the academic community and among amateur astronomers. However, the impact on Earth's current environment or atmosphere would likely be less significant compared to a supernova closer to our planet. But what will happen to Polaris itself? What is its fate after a potential supernova explosion? First, it's important to note that while massive stars typically end their lives in a supernova explosion, this is not likely for Polaris. When a massive star undergoes a supernova, its core collapses, triggering a violent shock wave that causes the star to disintegrate. However, Polaris isn't large enough to undergo such a violent event. Instead, once it depletes its nuclear fuel, it will shed its outer layers and transform into a white dwarf. This transformation won't lead to a supernova, but will mark a quieter end. As Polaris evolves into a small, incredibly dense celestial remnant, a white dwarf is the compressed core of a low to medium-mass star that has exhausted its nuclear fuel. This remnant, roughly the size of Earth, will still have the mass of the Sun. By comparing Polaris to other supernova progenitors, astronomers hope to gain a deeper understanding of the processes involved in the death of massive stars. The study of pulsational behavior in stars approaching the end of their life cycles helps scientists understand how a star's internal structure changes as it depletes its fuel. These changes ultimately influence the star's behavior, including its pulsations and potential for explosive events such as a supernova. As Polaris nears its end, the exact mechanisms driving its pulsation changes remain a key area of research. Understanding these mechanisms could reveal more about the factors that influence the life cycle of stars, especially variable stars like Polaris. Pulsating stars, including Cepheid variables like Polaris, are particularly valuable to astronomers because their predictable changes in brightness provide critical insights into stellar evolution. For now, researchers continue to observe and analyze Polaris, hoping to answer questions about its future and its role in the broader context of stellar evolution. If Polaris does indeed follow the path of other stars nearing their end, it will shed light on the complex processes that govern stellar death. These studies will also contribute to our understanding of the dynamics of star systems and the fate of other celestial bodies in similar stages of evolution. In conclusion, while we may not yet know the exact fate of Polaris, its future will undoubtedly offer valuable lessons about the nature of stars and the processes that shape the universe. Whether it undergoes a supernova, fades quietly into a white dwarf, or undergoes some other form of transformation, its eventual demise will provide astronomers with the opportunity to study the death throes of a star in unprecedented detail. In the meantime, The unpredictable nature of Polaris pulsations serves as a reminder of the mysteries that still lie ahead in our exploration of the cosmos. Systems behind heavenly blasts, the variety in throbs and stars moving toward death, might show inner shakiness or a fast-approaching devastating occasion, offering significant hints about the processes that lead to cosmic explosion blasts, regardless of definite perceptions. What's more, research space specialists are still confused by the abnormalities in Polaris conduct. Understanding the causes behind these oddities is urgent for propelling our insight into heavenly development. The examination concerning the factors causing Polaris' unpredictable throbs requires coordinated effort across different logical disciplines and the improvement of cutting-edge models and observational strategies. The potential loss of Polaris as a divine reference point brings up major issues for cosmic exploration. Ground-based telescopes and estimations of divine distances would require recalibration, which would influence the exactness of inestimable estimations. The vanishing of Polaris would likewise upset navigation frameworks and social practices that depend on divine markers, underscoring the meaning of this occasion. The puzzling way of behaving of Polaris highlights the requirement for additional examinations and focused research. Stargazers should address the intricacies encompassing its unpredictable throbs and provide significant replies to decide the star's future. The investigation of Polaris isn't simply a matter of logical interest, but additionally a question of significant pragmatic significance. For quite a long time, its consistent position overhead has been depended upon for navigation, especially for explorers navigating the vast seas. Old travelers and mariners utilized the North Star to diagram their courses across oceans and to situate themselves in generally featureless landscapes. In a comparable vein, cosmologists have involved it as a fixed point for divine estimations, enabling them to follow the development of different stars and determine distances in space with extraordinary exactness. Should Polaris fail to serve this role, or worse, evaporate completely, it would present a significant challenge to both modern navigation and the field of space science, as far as innovative ramifications. The vanishing of Polaris would drive a significant recalibration of different cosmic frameworks. Telescopes and different instruments that depend on a fixed perspective would require updates to account for the changes overhead. This would extend to the horde of systems and gadgets that depend on exact estimations of heavenly positions, including global navigation systems. Satellites, which utilize a range of divine bodies to ensure accuracy, could likewise experience interruptions, constraining a widespread redesign of navigational technology. Socially, the loss of Polaris would likewise be felt profoundly. For millennia, this star has been an image of steadiness, guiding sailors and cosmologists, as well as people from varying backgrounds who have sought it for direction. Numerous native cultures have created legends and myths based on its unfaltering position overhead. The star's vanishing would, in numerous ways, represent a broader change in how people connect with the universe and could prompt changes in social and otherworldly practices related to the stars. Polaris' eventual change into a white dwarf, while not quite as dramatic as an explosive cosmic event, still represents a significant conclusion to a time. Once the star sheds its external layers and begins its slow, inevitable cooling process, it will no longer be visible to the unaided eye. This will mark the conclusion of a significant era for space experts who have depended on it for hundreds of years. However, the transition to a white dwarf will likely be a steady one, and while it may not offer the same hazardous scene of a cosmic explosion, it will still be an event of great importance in heavenly evolution. The remaining heavenly remnants of Polaris cannot support the same brilliant iridescence it once had, and its inevitable cooling will make it less and less detectable over time. What is especially captivating about this process is the insight it provides into the life cycles of stars. As we observe Polaris changes, we are not simply seeing the end of a single star's life, but also a pivotal moment in the broader cycle of heavenly birth and death. In many ways, Polaris' fate reflects the inevitable outcomes for many stars that undergo similar life stages. Understanding these cycles helps researchers predict the behaviors of other stars in similar circumstances, and it also assists them in refining our understanding of our own eventual fate. Interestingly, the research into the throbs and behavior of Polaris may lead to further discoveries in the field of astronomy. Figuring out the causes behind the star's inconsistent behavior could lead to breakthroughs in the study of heavenly dynamics, which could in turn influence how we understand how stars evolve over time. The throbs of Cepheid variable stars like Polaris have long been a key tool for measuring distances in the universe. And by studying the ways these stars act as they approach their final stages, researchers can refine those estimations and improve our understanding of vast distances. While some may view the vanishing of Polaris with anxiety, it is important to recognize that such infinite events are part of a much larger process. Heavenly development is ongoing, and the changes we observe overhead are the result of natural cycles that have been occurring for billions of years. The inevitable change of Polaris into a white dwarf doesn't mark the end of our study of the stars, but rather opens a new chapter in our understanding of the universe. As astronomers continue to monitor and study the phenomena surrounding Polaris, they will undoubtedly uncover more insights into the nature of stars and their evolution. In a way, Polaris fading from the sky wouldn't be a solitary event, but a piece of a broader celestial orchestra playing out over eons. Other stars will continue to rise and fall in the evening sky, taking Polaris' place as the focal point for navigation and divine measurement. In the grand scheme of the universe, the departure of a single star is but a transient moment in the eternity of time. Yet, the impact on human history, both scientifically and socially, would be profound. While the vanishing of Polaris might change our perspective on the sky, it would also encourage us to delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe, to seek out new stars and new ways of understanding the cosmos. As the academic community continues to monitor the changes happening in Polaris, the importance of this research cannot be overstated. It represents a crucial moment in our journey of discovery, pushing the boundaries of our understanding of how stars live, evolve, and die. The fate of Polaris is still uncertain, and while the potential for a dramatic cosmic explosion remains speculative, the steady changes it is undergoing offer a unique opportunity for researchers to study the cycles that lead to the death of stars. Whether or not Polaris eventually undergoes a dramatic transformation, the knowledge we gain from studying it will have lasting effects on the field of cosmology. As astronomers continue to observe the star's behavior and gather data, they will contribute to a deeper understanding of the forces shaping our universe. The eventual disappearance of Polaris, as part of the broader celestial processes, may initially seem like a loss, but it serves as a profound reminder of the vastness of time and the ever-changing nature of the universe. In many ways, the life cycle of a star like Polaris mirrors the way all celestial bodies evolve, from their birth in nebulae to their eventual death as white dwarfs, supernovae, or black holes. This cycle of creation and destruction is part of the cosmic order, one that has been unfolding for billions of years and will continue long after the final human observer is gone. As we witness the inevitable changes to Polaris, it is an opportunity for scientists and stargazers alike to reflect on the transient beauty of the night sky. While the star's ultimate fate may be sealed, the impact of its study will resonate for generations to come. Whether through the practical application of its behavior and navigation, or through the deeper understanding of stellar evolution and cosmic dynamics, Polaris will continue to influence our scientific and cultural understanding of the universe. Looking ahead, the challenges posed by the eventual disappearance of this iconic star are not insurmountable. New technologies and techniques will undoubtedly emerge to replace the role of Polaris in navigation and cosmic measurement. Space-based telescopes and next-generation observational tools will allow astronomers to monitor the heavens with even greater precision. The study of other stars and celestial bodies will continue to expand our knowledge, enabling humanity to look even further into the vast unknown. The disappearance of Polaris, while significant, should not be viewed as a crisis, but as an opportunity to advance our understanding of the cosmos. As we explore the stars, we are not simply searching for answers to ancient questions, but forging a path for future generations to follow. The mysteries of the universe remain vast, and the ongoing study of celestial phenomena, whether through the changing life of a single star or the movements of entire galaxies, will continue to reveal the fundamental truths of our existence. Polaris, in its impermanence, teaches us that the universe is always in motion. No star, no matter how constant it may seem, is truly permanent. Our own lives, too, are but a fleeting moment in the grand narrative of time. The study of Polaris reminds us that science is not just about seeking knowledge. It is about embracing the unknown, understanding the past, and preparing for the future. As we move forward in our exploration of the cosmos, we do so not only with curiosity, but with a deeper appreciation for the wonders that the universe holds and the boundless potential for discovery that lies ahead.